All right, here we are with the Thaco Quest Chronicles. We have several ladies here amongst us. We are missing one who plays Libra, and we'll hold for her to introduce her character come next time. But in the meantime, we have the three ladies who will introduce themselves and their characters, and I will introduce the Keep on the Borderlands. So I am Keith. I don't, my name doesn't even appear, does it? But I'm the Dungeon Master, and I'm running the classic first edition Dungeons and Dragons, the Keep on the Borderlands campaign. We are on, I think, session 17 or something,
18.
session 18. But this is
18.
session 18, but this is our first recording for the benefit of the group and for the benefit of YouTube. So the Keep on the Borderlands, the group has found themselves at the Keep as their kind of their starting point. They had ventured out into the Caves of Chaos, also known the Valley of the Day Rain. And the general premise or history is that evil bands or evil hordes of creatures kind of cyclically press upon the civilized world, and the keep is the outpost, the final point between the good civilized world and these hordes of evil characters, orcs and ogres, kobolds, goblins, etc. And the party has learned that, or learned of this, and have formed themselves to make their go at it at protecting the keep or fending off these evil hordes before they um, come together as in an organized way to combat or attack the keep. So this is kind of the keep's last ditch effort. Can't talk. To keep the evil at bay. Along the way, the party has made their way to the caves a few times. They've encountered numerous different creatures, ogre, kobolds, goblins, hobgoblins, I believe. They've also learned a little bit about what's been going on in the area and at the keep, as well as having many interactions with some of the characters, the NPCs, non-player characters at the keep. So at the keep, they have had some good interactions, keeping us entertained, with Fensa, who operates the proprietor of the Empty Bowl, Angelina, the serving wench that works there, Kanan, the trader, Minsk, the banker, Doriana, the armorer, but I think providing us, oh, let me not forget Josephine Rose, the curate at the chapel. But I think providing us the most entertainment has been Libra in her absence tonight, interacting with the provisioner, Tiam, as they have been a little flirtatious back and forth. Um, and that has provided us many laughs as she's been trying to flirt in order to save a gold piece or two here and there. Now, what's been going on at the keep, or in the area, the keep and the caves of chaos? So the party has also learned of kidnappings that have been occurring. They even intercepted a kidnapping attempt and thwarted it. And they even went so far as to rescue someone who had been kidnapped, Hieronymus, one of the local traveling merchants. And very recently actually did that and was later rewarded in a private dinner with Hieronymus and his wife, as well as Josephine Rose, the curate, and was rewarded with gold and a dagger, a jewel scabbard dagger, I think a +1 magical dagger. In addition to that, some of the law that you guys have learned is that the Valley of the Dayrain came to be the Valley of the Dayrain from a powerful sorcerer who embedded some magic in the valley and creating that constant daytime rain as a deterrent for people going there to allow the evil bands time to form or formulate their plan and plan their organized crime, if you will. And there's also some rumors you guys heard about an anti-paladin that might be working in cahoots with said evil, powerful sorcerer. And that is what I have from memory. So, before you ladies interject and fill in any blanks, oh, Rin, your video froze. Um, I'll have you guys introduce yourself. Oh, you got it. Good job. Introduce yourselves and your characters. And to that point, as her video froze on our recording here for just a few seconds, we are not professionals. We're not professional players. We don't know how to record Discord. This is our first time. Um, and it might be a little rough, But
I don't know what
nonetheless, we're going to give it a go and see how we do. And it is what it is. There's no editing, there's no scripting. It truly is raw. And that's all I have to say to that. So, Ms. Licia, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit, or even more importantly, your character, who she is, what she does, what is she like, where is she from, whatever you'd like to share with the world?
Absolutely. My name is Rin, and I am playing Licia, a half-elf druid. She is currently on a quest to try and find her mother. Her mother was a full elf adventurer who went missing many, many years ago, and she is trying her best to find her, find any uh, clues on where her whereabouts are and everything. And she is slowly getting to know the team, and she's a little confused when it comes to the flirting between Tiam and Libra, and quite honestly is very confused when it comes to stuff like that. However, she's slowly getting her place into this, and I am so happy to be able to play her, and she's super fun. I will also be taking over for Libra in her absence today. I will let her introduce her character, and hopefully, I'll have the right pizzazz that she usually brings to the table.
And Ms. Erica?
Hello, I'm Erica. I'm playing Muriel. Muriel is a full elf. She's a magic user and a rogue or a thief. Um, she's a pretty young elf. She's 180 years old, which is about the equivalent of an 18-year-old in our world. So she is pretty tired of living among the Kalari elves and doing her day job of she's a bower fletcher. Um, that wasn't really doing it for her. She felt that she had a lot more that she could offer, like most 18-year-old is one of those, ask questions later sort of personality types. Uh, she works with bows and arrows, but herself is not that wonderful at using them, which is another reason why she wasn't so motivated to continue on her current path. Um, she's terrified of being a failure, though, so she's really putting her all into what she's doing, and sometimes that means not thinking things all the way through and how it affects everyone else. Um, but she is also learning and curious to see what this adventure will carve out of her.
All right, and last, well, actually, you can't say last but not least. Next is Libra. I'm sorry, not Libra. Rayla. Sorry. Next, all right. Next, we'll have Rayla introduce herself.
Hi, Marisha. Um, I, my character name is Rayla. She is a half-elf ranger cleric. Um, I am still embarrassingly perfecting my backstory. But she's on the younger side, 73 years old, uh, which is for human years young. Um, yeah, just likes adventuring and still warming up to certain party members, slowly but surely. But overall, it's liking all the gold and stuff she's getting. So, yeah. Also, her animal friends that she picks up along the way.
And we have two more characters that are in the party, for which I am currently playing for the benefit of the party. That is Malachi, who is
Hey
a
there, it is Dusty Thunder once again with another Sorry about that. For you My from thing is going crazy. Sorry about that.
oh, well, that's part of not editing. That's part of being raw. It happens. All right, so Malachi is a first level human paladin, and also we have Balfir, who is a first level elf thief. And the reason why I currently have those two is because Balfear, the Elven Thief, was an active player with us. For different reasons, he's no longer able to play with us, but we didn't want to just throw his character under the bridge. So I've been filling in for that character. However, the party is considering dismissing him as he's deemed or considered not perhaps needed, as it's a little redundant with Muriel, who's also a thief, and because he's been very, I'm not sure how to describe. He's kind of a sissy. When it comes to combat, he's the one who wants to stay in the back and I got your back, I got your six, but doesn't really participate very much. He's kind of a sissy. So, and Malachi was also another player, an active player who who's in the group, and she left the group because she just wasn't really liking the online play. She likes the in-person play, and she still does that, but she's not liking the online play. So it wasn't working out for her. But definitely interested in hanging on to the human paladin. So I have those two characters. That's what I play, at least for now, until Balefear is perhaps dismissed. And then at some point, hopefully, I can put Malachi on one of the other players so I can actually focus all the more on being the DM. So, ladies, anything you need to add or would like to add for the overall theme of the campaign or the local history and law or things that you guys have done that's particularly noteworthy to bring everyone up to speed?
I'd just like
Hmm.
to pat myself on the shoulder to say that I'm the only one who's been here since the first session. Yeah.
That is a worthy achievement.
Ah, but 18 now. I can't believe it. Jeez.
18 sessions, so 18 playing every other week. What's that? Almost 30, so 5, 6, 7 months? 8 months?
Give or
8 months.
take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
making some
I
progress.
should also add that we're
Too
not
much fun.
all. Sorry.
Go ahead,
Oh
Muriel.
no, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to add that we're not all experienced in Discord and recording. In addition to that, we're not all experienced in first edition D&D either. Um,
No.
No.
Okay, so
I
so
have,
that is a
a
good point. Yeah,
history of
so
5e.
let's discuss that for a minute. So the reason why we're playing first edition was because that's what I know. That's really all that I've played, and I'm the DM, and I said, hey, I want to play first edition, and I found the ladies. I found a group to play. So that's how they came to be first edition players, and everyone who I've been able to coax to get started into first edition seems to really like it. Even those who have played other editions before or other RPGs. Now, of course,
That is great.
anytime someone leaves the game, of course, you always question, are they really leaving because of work and personal, or maybe they're just not liking, first edition. But from what we're told, everyone's kind of likes the first edition. So to that point, though, Muriel, what is your RPG background?
Yeah, I play a ton of 5e. I'm in a campaign on Wednesdays and every day. I'm part of Ladies of San Diego D&D group, so I do volunteering for that group. I DM once a month for them. It's all 5e though. Um, I write my own 5e content, but as someone who is so immersed and completely hyper focused in the 5e D&D world, um, there are things about it that make you wonder, how did it get here? How did the game get to this point? And you know what aspects of the older versions that people are still playing are what keep them, in that version. So I figured I would start from the very beginning and try all of the different versions, but you can't really do that without a campaign. So I want to put the first edition shoes on and walk around for a bit.
Now, when Muriel says that she creates content, she's not kidding. She did. She actually wrote a book about fifth edition something, and I haven't had an opportunity to review it or read it, but I believe you have it on Kickstarter. Is that right?
Yeah, it's on Kickstarter.
Okay.
I also just, I make my own one shots and stuff like that.
So we're not taking this opportunity, or at least right now, to give her a big plug. But when she says she makes her content, like she does, she's not just writing a one shot for one game next week. She actually truly makes content. So and perhaps we'll get a plug in for you. Oh, I can put it. I can put it. I can put it in the YouTube notes. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
yeah.
sweet.
So
Not
send me a
required,
message on
but
that.
sure.
Send me a DM on that. All right. So Ms. Licia, what is your RPG? Oh, excuse me. Let me say this again. Ms. Licia, the Lopper, what is your RPG background?
Yes, I play a lot of 5e as well. I've actually done a few campaigns in 5e. This is currently my only campaign going on right now, uh, as it turns out, but I fell in love with it at first sight and really started enjoying it. And when I was approached by the DM to try out first edition, I was very hesitant because I will be honest, I was very new to the whole concept and everything, but I quickly, like 5e, I was fell in love very easily. And as you mentioned, I am a LARPer and I will be going to my first big event this November, which I'm very excited for. So very excited to try and go from in-person slash online tabletop gaming to fully immersive camping and all of that
I
fun
can't wait
stuff.
to hear
So
about it.
looking forward to that. I have been creating my character with and potentially uh found a place to stay and everything, and it's just so cool learning everything, and everybody is so fun and welcoming, and I can't wait to learn more about it.
And November cannot come soon enough.
Oh no, I'm counting down the days.
All right. And how about you, Rayla? What do you want to share with us?
I have wet my feet into 5e a while ago. Didn't do a lot, um, unfortunately, with it, but I definitely missed D&D, so I went on to the best place to look for campaigning, which is Facebook. um, but more gameplay and stuff, I do a lot of Baldur's Gate. Can't get enough of Baldur's Gate. Um,
I'm
yeah,
downloading my
we
update
see
right
enough.
now.
Nice, nice. And so that's where I get most of my D&D material outside of first edition. I definitely like first edition. It's different than fifth edition. But I like learning all the new styles, and as much as I wish it was in person, this has definitely been a great escape from reality. What
And
a lot of people need.
and we know Rayla likes it because she can't get enough of it. She's asked us numerous times.
I've been here
She's asked us numerous times, can we
been here
play
from
more
the
often? Can
beginning.
we play every week? Can we play
Yeah,
every
I
day?
know, right?
It's like I want more. I want more.
I do want more. I want to find an in-person group though. That's my next step, is find an actual in-person.
It,
Oh, I
it,
love in
Well,
person.
it's different. It's
yeah,
definitely different in person than online.
yeah.
Hmm.
I dare I say it's better because it's a different kind of interaction, you know. But just the same though, there are things we can do on Discord or some sort of digital that I can't do, in person. Because in person, we can either do truly theater of the mind, right? Which of course we can do on
Hmm.
Discord, or um, we can draw out a battle map and then you'll move your minis around. And I
Hmm.
get it, and I do kind of like that. It does provide value to it. But you have to find a balance between that and at what point is this becoming a board game? So,
Hmm.
on Discord, since we're not using any VTTs, virtual tabletop, we just use essentially a paint program similar to Microsoft Paint. I put up a map, I draw dots for the characters and the bad guys, I erase them, I move them around, um, and you can't do that in person.
No.
You do also have a great selection of music and sounds that you play too.
yeah, and
Yes.
I got that
I
loaded
get
up.
that.
I'm ready
That's
for
true.
that. Um,
I can also add too that between the difference, for especially for those who might be watching this video and don't know the difference between first and fifth edition or the major ones, um, the feel of first edition is terrifying by comparison. In 5e, you get attached to your character. It's it's always going to be okay, right? There's always revivify. There's always the spells that are going to preserve your body until you can do what you need to do to get that diamond so that you can survive and come back to life. That doesn't happen in this game. And so everything feels risky. Everything feels like a big terrifying decision because it just might kill your character.
And to that exact point, Friday when I finished I have an in-person 1E Friday night, and when we left, I asked one of the guys who I was previously playing in fifth edition with. I'm like, so what do you think? Or maybe I was chatting with him on Discord, but I was like, so you've been playing for a few weeks now? Like, what do you think? What do you think of first edition? He's like, oh, I love it. He's like, every time, like you said, every time we played, like, there's a chance I could die. He's like, it's exciting, it's risky,
It
because
is
in fifth
risky.
edition, not that, the characters are not squishy by any means. They are the antithesis of that. They're overpowered, and there's very little chance that your character will die. If you come in close, just take a long rest, sleep for 8 hours, and everything's all better. So that mechanic alone makes it very difficult to die. And if you
Mhm.
do, like Muriel said, there are plenty of ways to bring you back. So it is different. And I'm not saying better or worse. It's a different game altogether. They call it different editions, as TSR has. TSR, now Wizards of the Coast, WotC. They call it different editions, but there's enough of a difference in all these editions that they really are different games.
Oh yeah.
It's a gradation, it's a gradual thing, but they're different games. Even from first edition to second edition, it's a different game.
The
It
stakes are
is.
higher.
It
The
is.
stakes
Yeah.
are so much higher in first
So
edition.
yeah, and I
Honestly,
find that
I
as
love
well, that the lower you go, if you will, 5.5 to 5 to 3, 4, 3, 5, and so on. Yeah, the lower you go, the riskier it is. The riskier it is. So,
honestly, I definitely love the more riskier games.
and most people
It's a
seem
lot
to,
more fun,
most
honestly.
people seem to, but you know what? Some don't. And we're getting off sidetrack here, but that's okay for a couple minutes. Um, So Friday night, Julie, who you'll meet eventually here when we record our Roll for Mastery, um, she just started Curse of Strahd a few weeks back.
Ooh, good
Okay,
game. Good game.
and she has a large table. She has 8 in-person players.
Whoa.
Oh
Uh-huh,
wow.
uh-huh, uh-huh. That's a whole other
Huge
topic of
table.
conversation I try to have with her, but nonetheless. But at session 0, she said, "Does you know, Strahd is a tough adventure. Like, it is a little risky, and it's scary, and it's challenging. Does anyone have an issue with your character dying? Because it very well could happen." And there were 1 or 2 people that stepped up and said, "Yeah, I don't want my character to die." And to me, as the one E guy, like, I don't get it. Then they're like, there's no risk. If there's no risk, then there shouldn't be any reward, right? If you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
that's like playing a video game with having all the cheat codes and being able just to respawn at the last, or at the last point. Uh,
Why
Don't
go
forget Toggle
adventuring?
God.
Everyone would be an adventurer. When everyone is an adventurer, nobody is.
Yeah.
right.
Don't
Exactly.
get me wrong. There's definitely games where, when I don't die, it's awesome. Like when you can turn on like the Toggle God mode or whatever, it's
I
great.
do that for like
But
survival games when all I want to do is
yeah,
build.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Skyrim.
saying that it can't be fun to have all the cheat codes and stuff. It can still be fun to play the game,
Right.
but
There's a
it
place for it.
it does, right. There's a place for it, exactly, but it's not at my table, ladies. Okay, so all right, so let's get into our game. Okay, can someone briefly recap the last session, since anyone who might be watching has no idea what the hell's really been going on a week-to-week session or bi-weekly session? So, Ms. Licia, I'll turn that over to you since you are the official note taker for the group, as to what has transpired over the last session or two.
Absolutely. We made our way back to the keep after a very strenuous and dire fight against hobgoblins. My character in particular, Alicia, was very, very close to death. And Muriel was also hanging on a thread of 1 hit point. We made our way back to the keep with Hieronymus, and his wife, and he told our party that he was going to reward us handsomely, and we had a couple hours to kind of go ahead and rest up as well as pretty much gain our bearings. So we went to the empty bowl, had some food, had some tea, uh, Balfier decided to stick back. We decided to split a little bit, and while Rayla went to check on her horses, we went to the chapel. My character met Josephine Rose, who found my character very familiar looking and asked about
Ooh.
her mother, and we learned a lot about that there's a possibility that Josephine Rose knows a little bit about my mother. So that's very exciting. We had found a gold chain in one of the caves, and or as I should say, Rayla was able to barter for 620 gold, I believe,
25.
and
25.
25. Sorry,
Oh,
leaving off 5 gold. Got to barter for
that's a
that,
huge
and
amount.
of course, Libra and Tiam were flirting, even though Tiam has a wife. Keep that in mind, he has a wife. But it's okay. It's in the Middle Ages. We were invited to dinner at Josephine Rose's private quarters, which ironically were the very quarters that Rayla and Balfier tried to break into a little bit earlier in the campaign, and
Don't have
were
to throw me under the
unsuccessful.
bus.
Well, you did apologize,
I
luckily.
did.
She
And I
doubted your sincerity, but she did accept your apology. At least you
and I gave
apologized,
100
unlike
gold.
Balfier.
And I
Yes,
gave 100 gold.
you gave 100 gold as penance and offered your
Penance.
services as well. She said no at the time being, however, she definitely was interested in possibly using your services later on, and everything. And we had dinner with Hieronymus, his wife, and Josephine Rose, and we kept trying to ask about this glowing light that's in the chapel, and every single time they evaded the question. They evaded the question every single time, and we ultimately got our monies back. Not without Josephine Rose taking note of Balfier being part of the party, who did not apologize for his being part of the break-in, and they offered us a bath at the end of the dinner to kind of rejuvenate, which is something that's not very common during this time period and everything, and that's where we last left off.
Downstairs, under the chapel, in Josephine Rose, the curate's private chambers, or private residence, I should say, because it's not just a room. And they gave you a tour actually, and that's where we finished. You guys were led to the, I don't want to say the bath house, because it's not a standalone bath house, but the bathing area, right? Like giant vats, if you will, giant tubs. And there were five of you who are there, I believe, right? Licia, Muriel,
Yes.
Rayla, Libra, and Malachi, I believe, right? That's the five.
Muriel was not, she went to take a long rest because of her
Oh,
injuries.
because she got
Ooh.
her ass kicked. Okay. Um, so and I think Balfour stayed behind as well. So it's just the four of you then, right?
Balfier came with dinner,
Oh, did.
and Josephine Rose did notate him, but she didn't say anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is the five of you down there, right? And they said there were two sides of the bathhouse, that can each do two people at a time, right? So, and each side had an attendant to provide the hot water, refresh the water, provide towels, help um, what is it when you take the armor off? It's not donning,
Doff and Don.
doff, doff. Is it
Doff.
doff, D-O-F? Yeah. So, doffing your armor and so on. But I would imagine though, here when you went to dinner, you probably didn't have your armor on. You just came dressed in your, regular clothes, casual clothes. So that's where we're going to start. Before we do, I do want to review here real quick on armor class and hit points where everyone stands, and then we will get ready to roll for hit point restoration once
Yeah.
everyone else kind of does their long rest, so to speak. So I have Libra with an AC of 7, hit points 9. She's maxed out. Licia AC 7, hit points 9 down to 7. Rayla AC 6, hit points 13 down to 10. So far, so good. Balfour AC 8, maxed out at 6 hit points. And this is where it gets interesting. Malachi AC 4, hit points 10 down to 5. So he's half strength. All right, you ready, Muriel? AC
Yeah.
7, hit points 5 down to 2.
Okay.
Down to 2. Now, Rayla has used her Cure Light Wound spell for the day.
Hmm.
That might have actually been on you, Muriel, and she rolled a 1. Does that sound familiar? I think
It
that's what
was
it was.
I
me
think
because it was. I think it was myself because I
Okay,
was down to 0 hit points, and it
yeah, it was for Alicia
okay,
when we
okay.
were in the
When you with the hobgoblins, yeah.
chamber.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then Josephine Rose healed me a little bit more.
yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. And other than that, everyone has all their spells. So only Cure Light Wound has been exhausted for this calendar day. To that point of calendar day, let's take a look here real quick at what the date is in our game. I am showing that it is Thursday, October 4th. Is that what you have, Alicia?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
we
sure,
were around 6 p.m.
yeah, and I was going to say, I'm sure at this point we'll make our way till Friday. But okay, so we are, I want to call it the bathhouse. I don't know, bathroom, bathing room. Um, so does any character have any apprehension about this opportunity?
I'm gonna
About
say no,
bathing?
just out of respect. Gonna,
Hang on, are you going to say
I
no
think
to the bath, or are you going to say no to apprehension?
I no to apprehension
Okay,
because
okay.
if I say no to the bath, I'm probably gonna be worse off for wear with I'm already on thin ice.
Okay. So we can kind of shorten this up. We can RP. We can role play this that with the attendants, the alkalites. One of them you recognize, who is the handsome young lad that you'd seen previously in the chapel. Is assisting him and 3 others are assisting you ladies in doffing your well, not doffing, no armor and getting yourself undressed, put your clothes to the side, keeping the water hot. Remember the time period we're talking about. It is not uncommon for this kind of activity, not uncommon to bathe with another person or persons, even in the same tub, just due to limited resources. So nothing kind of unusual, right, in that sense. It's a period thing, time period thing. So that process, actually, it's wonderful. I mean, it's a nice hot bath, right? After you guys have been out kind of kicking ass for a few days in the caves, haven't bathed at all, in the heat and the rain, the day rain, right? Smelling like wet dogs, and so you get a chance to refresh yourself, clean up, dry off. God, it feels good. I mean, think about it. Think about being out camping for like a week, and you finally come home or make it to the hotel and get to take that nice hot shower. That's what it feels like. So it's nice. It's refreshing. So after your after your bath, after your bath, the attendants again assist everyone to get yourselves dressed and kind of ready. So at that point, do you want me to bring up the 3D map?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Please.
Then give me a second to do that.
I actually love this. The simplicity and how well this functions and how quickly you can just put dots for people. I have played in VVTs and it's half the time you're waiting for someone to be like, "Where is this thing? What button do I push? What setting is this under?"
All right, Steam is updating, so we'll get that in a second. So after your bath, again, now
After I said that.
the under the chapel is where you guys are, right? Well, actually, you're not really on the chapel because the chapel, let's say, was everyone was east-west, right? But the chambers are kind of north-south, so you guys are under the keep. Um, but after you conclude your bath, you are led by the attendants to a different room that is not the dining room. It's across from the dining room. And I will show that to you here in a second once it kind of comes up and populates. But when she takes you back, or they take you back to this other room, there are tables, no, chairs and table in the room, and the attendants who are with you remain in the room, kind of like almost like one in each corner, to continue being attendants or butlers, servants, whatever you like to kind of qualify them as. And um, that's all that's in the room. There's a bottle of wine and some glasses on the table. They pour the wine for you, hand you the glasses, and within a couple minutes of wine being served, um, Josephine Rose enters the room and sits down with you, or sits down, and just has a nice conversation about what's been going on here at the keep, what's been going on in the Valley of the Dayrain, not interrogating by any means, but questioning you as to how your adventures have been going, how your efforts have been going in and around the keep. Let me open up the map here. Oh, this is it. I already have it up.
Don't mention the children.
Don't mention the children.
There were no children slain at any point in time.
All right, let's see. I got too many windows open.
It's all the hobgoblins.
It was all
Who
their
would
fault.
eventually grow old and fight us anyway.
The
We were
hobgoblins
just
took
thinking
out
ahead.
their own. It was horrifying. We had nothing
He
to
told
do. We
he
couldn't stop them.
totally ensnared elves and kill their weeds and yeah, terrible.
Okay, so here, let me do this. Hang on, let me put you back in the bathing area first. Hang on. That's not it. There we go. Okay, because Muriel did miss this last week, so we'll kind of bring her up to speed on this. All right, 3D mapping coming your way, Erica. Okay, so this is the bathing area. Okay, or this is the like um, you're led back out here, which is sometime right off.
I'm taking.
Unless you would like to step in for Libra at this time.
Oh, we'll see. After not being here the last two sessions, like, I fly by the seat of my pants. Let's go, Libra.
That's fair.
And oh god, I can't flirt like she can. Are you kidding me?
All right, then Licia and Rayla, as players, do you and your characters have anything to inquire about or discuss with Josephine?
honestly, honestly, trying to be on my best behavior. Don't want
I
to
know that
give to but
I'm very interested to see. Obviously, I would love to question her more about my mother, but I don't want to go at it all at once. So just casually asking her about her life, uh, everything that's led up to this point, and hoping that some inkling of information might be spread in or around. Or so far, like, you knew of a woman many years ago that looks like me, and how did you come across her? What were the circumstances that led you to her?
So, if I remember correctly, she had at least partially addressed this for you already. So I'm kind of going from memory, since I don't have notes on that. But she explains to you that, um, assuming that the woman she's thinking of, is somehow, in relation or to you, or the person that you desire to meet or you're seeking, that she met her some years back at um, at a chapel or some sort of like seminary, if you will, where she was there with your mother, um, who was passing through at the time and was there for like a layover on her trip, was there to just, for a few days, a layover being, it was several days. Um, and she, after several days of being present with everyone, sharing some meals, sharing some conversation, it was time for time for this person, to move on. So she just continued on her travels. But again, that was she's guesstimating the time because um, she's young herself, Josephine. She's probably in her 20s as a human. So at the time, Josephine was probably in her early to mid-teens. So it's probably maybe 10 to 15 years ago. This was, and again, of course, we're still making a little bit of an assumption that this is, who you want it to be. But at least who she's referring to, that's what she offers as to her interactions with her. She doesn't recall any specific conversations as to, that woman's background or experience, or where she was going or where she was coming from. Where she was, the church she was at, was just being hospitable to her as a traveler. But but but
Absolutely.
but she was
And
a solo traveler.
solo traveler. Once again, I thank Josephine Rose for all the information and simply ask more about herself personally.
So she does seem to kind of start to open up to you and to um, not so much into Libra a little bit. Libra's here, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Into Libra a little bit, just because kind of feeling a little bit of a common, I don't want to say a bond, but some
Oh,
sort of commonality to the druid, because there are some parallels between the druid and the cleric, right? And also a little bit of a connection to you, Alicia, as you've expressed concern searching for your mother, and she says, "Hey, I remember meeting this woman that looked like you." So she does share a little bit more locally, and that kind of came about again because of their personal history, but because Lord de Sandoral was sent here a few years back, somewhat as penance, if you will, as he was a commander in the army and was demoted, and they sent him here to the outpost to say, hey, let's see what you can do with this. Let's see if you can f this up too or not. So, and he called upon her as a personal favor, as a friend, to come and kind of help him out. So that's what she shares with you about, the kind of personal level.
Now I'm realist with them, right?
Yes.
She added
Yes.
in a different.
Okay. Are we good with Josephine Rose?
I believe so. I think that prying too much may cause the loveliness of this evening to kind of turn sour. So I think we're at a good place.
Okay. So,
Agreed.
um, as the evening concludes, wine is finished, wonderful conversation and bonding kind of finishes. She tells you the acolytes will, see you out. So, as I said, so you guys make your way back upstairs, so to speak, back to ground level. It's dark out. It's nighttime. We're probably, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night at this point. Let me pull up that map. The keep.
This map system is really cool.
Really, the coolest thing about it is it's AI. So you just tell it what kind of room you want, and it auto-populates
What's it
walls,
called?
lights, content, everything. So it'll take a second for the map to load up because it's a decent sized map for
What
the
do you
keep.
use?
It's called Dungeon Alchemist.
Thank you. I think I've asked you before, or you told me previously. I just don't know if I wrote it down.
And you can use the AI or not. And even if you do, you can still go back and kind of edit it and put in all kinds of everything. Everything you can think of, down to a single apple, can be really. You can insert anywhere you need it to. So here is here's the chapel, right? So this is what you're kind of accustomed to seeing, but it's a little darker in here now because it's nighttime. They don't have
That's
the
the
candles
glowy
lit.
orb thing?
Yeah, that's the glowy orb thing. Now
Oh,
this,
that's no joke.
I
That's
I
that's
believe in the outer stars up. So keep it. That we stay the night. So that means we're at the point that some of you are long awaited for a long rest. Now, um, we've done this before, but I will say that long rest in 1E is different than 5E in case anyone is watching as a 5E player. So, rules as written, raw. You restore 1 to 2 hit points on a long rest. However, we have a house rule that's a little different from that, okay? So, our house rules on a long rest is as follows. It's going to be 1 to 3 hit points. Oh, and these house rules are in our OneDrive if anyone needs to look at that or would like to or would like a copy. So, on a long rest, excuse me. Oh, that was the time for my microphone mute. Is 8 to 12 hours, and you restore 1 to 3 hit points. And we roll a d10 for that, actually. And a very long rest, which I will dare to say would qualify for um, Muriel, as
me.
she went down
Yeah.
early, a very long rest, which is 12 plus hours. Now, when we talk about a rest, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to sleep for 12 plus hours. You don't need to sleep for 18 hours. But what it means is that you're truly resting. So a long rest, you're probably going to sleep for 6 to 8 hours, right? A very long rest, you're probably going to sleep for, I don't know, 8 or 10. But the additional time is resting, right? So I can be awake and just chill out and relax, right? I can maybe shuffle through my backpack, but not a lot of physical activity. Like when I'm sick, it doesn't mean I need to lay in bed for 24 hours a day. I can still get up, right? Maybe take a shower, go make myself something to eat. I'm still kind of resting, right? I'm still not doing very much. So the physical activity just is really minimized. So on a long rest, let's talk about a long rest, because that will be Malachi, Licia, and Rayla. So let's start with Licia, if you would please. You're going to roll a d10, and if you roll, let me see, a 1 or a 2, you get 1 hit point. 8, 9, 10, you get 3, and everything between is a 2. So obviously you want as high
I
as
got
possible.
a 7.
7, so that's going to get you
I got a
2 back.
7.
That's going to get you 2 for Licia, which is all that you need, so you're maxed out. All right, Rayla, if you can do the same, roll a d10.
I got 7 too.
Okay, so 7 is going to get you 2. So that's going to bring you up to 12. So you're in pretty good shape. You were in decent shape before, but that'll get you even better, right?
Yep.
Malachi,
12 out of 13. Not gonna complain.
Malachi rolls a 6, so he gets 2 back. That'll put him to 7 out of 10. So he's doing pretty okay. And Ms. Muriel,
Yes. All
there's
right.
really almost no way you can screw this up in terms of not maxing out. So let's start with that. What we're going to do, hang on, it's a little different for the very long rest. So we're gonna do the D10 first for 1 to 3 hit points. What you got?
I got a 9.
Okay, so that's going to get you 3. So right there you're
Great.
maxed out. And then what we would have rolled is then you would have gotten half of a hit die back. So as
Okay.
an example, a fighter normally gets a D10, so that would get you 5 points back. Well, I take that back. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. You would roll that D10 and you get half of what you rolled.
Gotcha.
And a D10 would be a fighter, for example. Or if you were a straight cleric, not a multi-class, we'd roll that D8 and you get half that back, in addition to that 1 to 3. So that's, in short, that's our house rule. So everyone is maxed out except for Rayla's down by 1, Malachi's down by 3. So from
Hey, we've
it,
been worse.
yeah, right. From an injury perspective, Malachi is the worst off. In terms of
What
hit
about
point,
Libra?
Libra
Libra,
was already maxed out.
yeah, she was maxed out.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
the lowest amongst you in terms of available hit points is Muriel at 5, although she is
And I'm
maxed out, but she's at 5. So, and to your point of death is on every corner, or it's always a threat, you're absolutely right. One arrow could take her out. One single arrow. And mind you, a longbow gets 2 shots.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Um,
So we have long rested for the night. Rested, long rested, or very
Hey.
long rested for the night. We're doing pretty good on health.
yeah.
Oh, that also, oh, I'm sorry. Malachi is no fool. He can lay hands once a day to heal 2 hit points upon someone. 2 hit points per level, and he's first level.
Right.
Let me do a quick check, a quick cursory on notes. I don't think he laid hands this calendar day. No,
I don't think so either. It was
no.
me.
So that's going to bring him up to 9. And then that means Rayla also gets her Cure Light Wound spell back for this new calendar day of Friday,
Yeah.
the October 5th. Okay,
Yay.
so everyone is full rested. Day is dawning, day is breaking. You guys get yourself dressed for the day, geared up, make your way back to see Fenza and Angelina at the Empty Bowl for breakfast, as that is kind of part of your deal, right? I believe it's 2 meals a day. So essentially breakfast and dinner. And as you make your way back, the activity has had an uptick here at the Empty Bowl, to the point where there are about eight patrons here. Let me get you 8 patrons here at the tavern. Ms. Angelina is present. She greets you guys with enthusiasm, as she always does. Oops. and you guys talk about breakfast, what you want, what you're drinking, and so on. So at the empty bowl. Um, if everyone can make me a wisdom check, please.
Oh boy.
D20. So tell me what your wisdom is and tell me what you roll on a D20.
I just rolled a natural 20.
Okay, that's not good. We want low.
Really.
I have a wisdom of 12 and I got a 5.
Okay, good.
I have a wisdom of 15.
Okay. Can someone roll me for Libra?
and I got a 4.
Nice.
I got her. Oh, she got a natural 20 and she had a wisdom of 12 as well.
Okay. So a couple of you overhear some of the other patrons in the keep who what's going to happen here over the next several months as to whether those hordes of evil creatures will make their way here to the keep. They talking about the military, the militia, and expressing their thoughts on their ability to fend off such an attack, such a raid. But they do seem to be talking about you guys as well, seemingly, as they do make references to groups, plural, groups of adventurers who are working in the Valley of the Day Rain.
I would be curious. I did definitely am not one of the ones that heard what was going on, so I don't want to do a quick swap, but I would definitely be questioning my friends about what they learned last night.
Rayla's gonna go over
I
there. Oh, go ahead.
Licia starts to explain as she does. Rayla, as Libra, hands her the pouch that Hieronymus's wife gave her, full of the gold, the 50 gold that everybody was rewarded for saving Hieronymus. So we go over briefly about what happened last night with Muriel and everything.
Okay, to that point, Muriel, you were awarded 50 gold pieces as in
Nice.
your for your efforts to bring Hieronymus back.
That was so worth rescuing that guy.
And
Yeah,
just as a reminder for you guys, we do have the in-game chat if you want to utilize that as well. Okay,
that's true.
so I'm sorry. So Alicia, you are sharing with Muriel and Balafir what transpired last night downstairs below the chapel. Okay,
Hmm.
so that is received relatively well, I think, by Muriel and Balafir. Balafir doesn't seem to be quite as excited or enchanted by your story as perhaps you'd like, as he kind of continues to be a little distant, if you will. While he always, is willing to share his 2 cents here and there with the party, he's kind of still a little distant on that.
I could definitely use breakfast. And I'll ask Rayla. You're the one who heard what's going on, so I'm just gonna be like, why? What's going on? Why aren't you paying attention to us?
Rayla looks over at Muriel and says, "They're talking about us over there. Excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna go see what's going on." And she gets up from the table and makes her way over to where the common is.
Now, as a point of clarity, is everyone fully geared? Are you wearing your pack, your weapons, your armor, or are you here just in your plain clothes?
Oh, I'm
I'm
not
in my
going back
plain
to the
clothes.
room.
Yeah, I'm kind of just in my plain clothes at the moment.
Okay, and Alicia kind of nodded her head to being fully geared,
I'm
and
fully geared.
Erica as
Yeah.
well. Okay, so
Mostly just out of laziness. I don't want to have to go back to my room.
all right,
So
so
I've taken all with me.
Rayla, you make your way to the table of the three gentlemen who are chatting,
Hmm.
and what would you like to address?
I lean over and, with a smile, say, "I couldn't help but overhear you talking about the Valley of the Dane and um our couple in our party, and I just wanted to know what exactly are y'all talking, what information you have, or what you're talking about."
Make me a charisma check, please.
Do it. Come on.
Nat one, nat
Uh,
one, nat one.
okay, all right. Oh, that's a D20, right?
Yeah,
All right, charisma. I have a charisma of 11, and I got an 8.
okay. And your question was, what have you heard about us, the party?
And the Valley of the Day Rain.
Valley of the
Yeah.
Day Rain. Okay. So the gentleman, or one of them, kind of acknowledges your presence there, standing at the table, and questions you as to what is your interest in the Valley of the Day Rain. What is it to you?
I
Um,
look. Huh?
oh, nothing. I forgot I'm not over
Oh,
there. I
no worries. I look back at him. And I said, my party was one of the parties that was over there, and went through basically hell to rescue a merchant and his wife, Hieronymus. I don't know if you've heard about that. So I'm just curious to what you guys might have heard and what you guys are talking about parties in the Valley of the Day Rain.
Hieronymus, we don't didn't even know he was back.
I guess they must.
Didn't even know Hieronymus was back.
Yeah, he got captured
Well,
and fought off
we
hobgoblins.
knew that he had gone missing, but we didn't know that he had returned.
We brought him back the other day.
Huh, interesting. Okay, that's good to know. So, what is your interest in the Valley of the Day Rain?
I just heard you speaking of potential history, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna pretend I know what has happened and why things are going the way they are. And I mentioned something about heard you mention something about monsters and something that happens every so often where they come and you're worried about the militia
Yeah, oh, absolutely,
not being able to
always,
protect you.
always. I mean, there's always concern, especially with the new Castellan. This will be his first go at it, if you will. So I just
Go
hope he
at
has the
what?
militia ready.
Ask can I ask go at what? You indicated like an event of significance. Can you give me some insight?
Perhaps, but isn't that why you're here to begin with?
We are here. My party and are here on many different reasons. One's looking for her. One was looking for gold. We found the merchant that's the lost merchant, and I don't know, just trying to figure out what's going on. And I could really use all the local insight I can.
Okay, I suspect that there's more to your story than what you're leading me on to believe. I suspect you know more, um, but nonetheless, in its simplest form, every I don't know, I think it's 20, 30 years or so, every 20 or 30-year cycle, the hordes, the bands of the evil populate the caves of chaos, the valley of the day rain, as you referred to it, and they try to organize themselves to take down the keep, so that they can continue to press forward into the civilized world.
Are you talking about like the hobgoblins and the goblins and the ogres that we
Th
came
that's
across?
that's the history that I understand. I haven't been here for that, but
Interesting.
yeah, I mean, we've heard the stories, in years gone past of goblins, hobgoblins, ogres, organizing with them. Um, Recently, or this time, something we haven't heard before, but we heard about this time is um, um, more more magic being present. An
Well,
evil an,
magic.
an evil cleric or wizard or something in the works, or behind, trying to organize those creatures.
So you've heard of the evil cleric too.
Oh, so you have as well.
Playing this game.
Well, there were rumors that we've heard.
Well, perhaps I've heard the same then.
Have you Do you have any specifics on who this evil cleric might be? Where to start looking for him? I'm guessing
I mean, I
caves.
don't. I just, I think it'd probably be safe to assume, and this is truly an assumption, that such a cleric would be in and around the caves, or have some sort of, at the very least, some sort of correspondence or line of communication with them, if they're involved or trying to organize something.
Mm.
That's what you do. What your job at the keep here is.
Oh no, I don't work at the keep.
Are you a
Yeah,
friend outside of the keep?
I'm just a potato farmer down the road.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Well, I don't want to
Samwise.
disturb more of your breakfast, huh?
I just said it's Samwise.
I give. How many people are at the table? Two, three.
Three at this table that you're chatting with.
I I ask another one of them if they've heard any other information or anything whatsoever regarding an evil paladin. To the I asked the other two.
No, no one seems to know anything about that. They don't. It doesn't even sound like they know who a paladin is, or what a paladin is.
All right. So I guess I thank them for their time. I give a gold piece for their troubles and
You
for disturbing their morning.
you give what kind of coinage are you leaving?
One gold piece each, so three gold.
One gold piece
Wow.
each. And as you kind of put that down in front of each of them, he almost grabs your wrist and says, "Young lady, why don't you sit down with us? What
You
what
have
what what
purchased
what
more
else
I
what
information
else
than you
would you
know.
like to know?"
anything about evil paladins or what's going or any information about the caves, the day rain, the curses,
Make me another charisma check, please.
curses.
You got it.
I got a 10.
And your charisma is?
Like 11.
Okay.
11.
So you made the roll. It,
Barely.
so the second guy, I'm just gonna say number one, two, three, first, second, third. Um, the second guy introduces himself as Bob, and Bob tells you that he knows of no such paladin that you speak of, but
Mm.
he has heard of the evil sorcerer about 7 years ago, had created the day rain in the valley with his powerful sorcery and magic that he wields. And that is where much of their concern, the three of them, is concerned with the encroachment upon the keep, is not so much of the creatures themselves, but the magic that seems to be approaching, or the potential for, between the evil cleric and a sorcerer.
Hmm. Well, I nod my thanks for the information, and
Are you coming back over?
yeah, I'm gonna head back over. I say my thanks again, and I head back over to join the other ones.
Okay.
You hear us finish up and being like, oh, so she forgave them, I see, for breaking in. That's good. I'm glad she's the bigger person.
I stare at Mary. I was like,
100 gold
seriously?
did help.
I was very generous, and I said I was sorry.
Well,
Did you
if you
learn
say you're
anything
sorry, it
from
does make
Unlike
it makes everything all
someone.
better when you say you're sorry.
Oh yeah, it can undo a lot. So did you get anything useful out of them?
Ah, more or less of what we've heard before. Evil sorcerers and evil clerics, and they also say that there's an impending magical doom coming upon us. Uh, we should go back to the caves.
So they're implying that there's a cycle, I guess, right? That's what you tell us is um
Every 30 years or so, dark evil hordes gather to try and take over the
okay. And so this
human
is the first time
hoodlums.
then. So if the forever reign is has only been going on for 5 to 7 years or so, this would be the first time the cycle has happened with the assistance of magic.
That's what they indicated, and they're quite nervous. Rightfully speaking, quite
Yeah.
nervous.
Do they have any idea, or have they heard anything about where it could potentially be cut, like where the source of the sorcerer's magic, or where they might be hiding
The
out?
caves. The caves of
Oh,
chaos.
so we
They
have to go
don't
back
know
to the caves.
specifically. Well, that's what I just said. Were you not listening?
Probably not. Have you tried these biscuits?
No, I have not. Are they good?
Yeah, sounds like I'm all for your plan then.
Ezreal grabs that stein of that morning mead and
Right?
just goes to town. I'm quite parched after
It's
that
water.
conversation.
It's water. Water.
I hope it's not water back then.
Oh,
We'll
fair
be
enough.
leaving you behind in the keep.
Well, turns to the other members. I say we get re-equipped and we head out to the caves and stop the sorcerer. I would like to hit a few places for equipment and maybe some more insight, but I don't know. I feel like
Certainly.
killing things. What about you guys?
I think we should find other adventurers who have explored other
No.
parts of the cave that we haven't and see what they've seen, or at least find out where they've been. Because if we find
Girl,
out from them,
I've already picked up stray puppies. I don't think I can share anymore. And
Libra
you doubt
starts
our
thinking about the cobalt that she almost had to befriend with the shinies. If only we had one more puppy. I
well,
like puppies.
I meant the adventurers like us. There's likely
well,
other adventurers out there.
why don't we go to the guild? Maybe they have some information that they can give to us,
Yeah. I
or
just want
more
to know
information.
if there are areas that have already been explored by others that we don't want to waste our time reinvestigating.
Well, considering usually people don't come back,
Oh, that's fair.
according to
That's fair.
according
If
to
they're
the
here,
townspeople.
Chances are, okay. So while we're out and about, if we see anyone, I just might ask them, like, "Hey, where have you checked out? Because we know that place is safe." Then.
Well, I wouldn't assume that because, as you know, my original party went in to the one cave, cleared it out, but then it got rehabitated. I can't word. Um,
Repopulated?
Blacksmith will make you one, or you can buy one. Um, I know
I think
Libra might want to go to her favorite little puppet.
Licia sighs. Do we have to?
No, you can come with. I'm gonna go. I want to first of all change into my armor, and
that's
I want
fair.
to make sure I have enough equipment and whatnot, and maybe some of the shops have different like health potions or
I would love to help potion.
Did
That'd
you
be
ever
cool.
pick up that 500 gold? There's 625 gold for the gold chain.
Well, I don't think I did. You want to come with me to pick that up, Licia?
I want to come.
Sure. I'd rather that than go
Miriam,
see
you want to come?
Tiam and him talking about his wife's clothes again.
You want to come? Painful, I agree. And so whoever wants to come with me, that's fine. I'm gonna go over there now though because I was supposed to go over there after dinner yesterday and I never did. That was my fault.
Let's hope it's still there.
If it's not, I still have the chain. I can find someone else to sell it to.
Okay.
Yeah, so what that was, Muriel, is that she negotiated a price for the chain. Everyone's going to the trader.
I seemed a little uncomfortable last night when he kept trying to get her to wear his wife's clothes.
Oh God,
Not awkward.
I'm cringing over that.
Not awkward.
Well then
He
let's
was,
all go to. Huh?
I was gonna say he was confident it would fit her just fine. So
Oh, I'm sure
so
it
she'd be able to dress all nice for her special dinner down below the chapel.
would. Oh my god, that's weird. It's great. This is the best game.
All right. Well, I'm heading out to
Don't know
the.
why she kept trying.
Oh, oh my God, you know what would have been so funny? You guys went to the bathhouse and he was there.
Oh, yep. That would've been fun. That would've
Oh
been awesome.
God, no.
That would have been funny.
So, we are at this trader's.
Yes, you are at the trader. Trying to remember his name. Who knows his name? I just told you guys. Let me see. I really should be better at this, but you know.
No, it makes me, every time you do it, it makes me feel a little bit better about my own experiences.
I
Let
got.
me tell you
I was
though,
gonna
a
say
lot can happen in 2 weeks.
yeah. I get 3 games. I can't keep track. I can't keep track of all these NPCs. Kanan.
You are but human.
Kanan is your trader. Actually, yeah, your trader.
Amen.
So yes, Ms. Rayla, you are recognized immediately upon your entry with your cohorts here
gonna-
with you.
Can I put a hand really quickly on Rayla's arm before
Yeah.
you make your way to him? And just say, because I don't know if I was there or not. Did you say he was willing? Anything about it? Is it just a goal? What I'd be curious what he's actually paying for. Maybe he knows
Really
more
just stands
about
there.
this chain than you do.
Well, I don't want to kind of back out. That's rude after he's indicated such a high amount for
No,
it.
of course not. And you shouldn't, listen to me when it comes to whether or not you should sell your possessions. I want to make sure you've considered that it may or may not be a magic item.
No, you're right. That thought did slip my mind.
It just seems like a very high price for a chain of its like. But if money is more important, and if knowing what is the goal, I am just, experiencing sticker shock. And would myself never even look at a chain of gold like that and therefore not know its value. I wonder if there's anyone else in the town who works with metal who might be able to tell you what
Right.
this amount of gold might normally go for. And if he says 60 gold, you got something, girl.
I think I'm just gonna sell it.
Had a girl.
I'm just gonna sell it. I'm not gonna.
It's just been patiently waiting this entire time. Like,
It hasn't done anything for her in her pocket.
So, Ms. Rayla, you have returned. I missed you last night, he says. I waited for you.
I do apologize. The dinner with the
Impressive.
Huh?
I am curious what you might have that is worth 625 golds that we came to the agreement on the other day.
Well, I'm more than happy to honor the 625 gold that we agreed upon yesterday. But if you'd rather, I do have a verified potion of healing, if you'd rather that instead.
Potion of healing. Like,
Yes.
what, does it make you invulnerable? Does it make you immortal?
Oh no, far from that. But if you have injuries, um, perhaps I won't demonstrate, of course, because that just wouldn't be right and would be wasteful of such a potion. But if you had gotten stabbed, perhaps, let's say, and I lunged a dagger in your side, you could drink such a potion, and it may heal that stab wound that you had just been inflicted with.
I turn around to my two new druid friends and ask, can't you guys do that with your magical powers or whatever? Heal?
man,
So
Fred can spit on you again.
So it's Lieber who has the non-weapon proficiency of healing, and the way that
Doesn't she
works.
also have those kits too?
Well,
She brought those kits
right,
for
she has a
healing
healing
kits.
kit,
Yeah.
so she uses the healing kit in conjunction with her non-weapon proficiency. Okay, and it's her first aid kit, if you will. So what that does is it allows her to heal. I think it's 1 to 3 hit points, so that equivalent to a long rest, but only injuries that were sustained in the previous round. So if you so she has to do it right away. First aid, you got to tend to that injury right away. So if it happened in the first round of combat and the combat lasts for 5 rounds, she can't heal the injury the 2 hit points you sustained in the first round if you sustained nothing else. Only the previous round, previous 1 minute, can she offer any assistance really.
I turn back to the shopkeep guy. Aha! Just out of curiosity, how does this like instantly heal all your wounds and bring you back to full health?
Well, it depends how substantial your wounds are, I would imagine, but not instantaneously from what I understand, but within a matter of minutes.
I turn back to my friends. What do you think? Is it worth the 625 gold? I'm not sure.
I think anything that can heal, anything that would save our life when we're out adventuring, gold can't do that.
As
But
someone
gold
who
can
nearly
buy things.
died because they didn't check for a healing potion, take the healing potion.
Take the
Yeah,
healing potion.
well, your only other option is to potentially, because you were negotiating for such a high price for the chain, this is the point that I would likely negotiate. We get the healing potion and maybe something else. Since he himself acknowledged that the chain was really worth 600, that's what he was willing to pay for it, right? So that's what
Fair
he
enough.
values. So maybe there's something else here at this trade that we could potentially negotiate. I would be looking around while I'm saying this at the shelves to see what else might be. Um,
Yeah,
Obviously,
what
I'm
does he
gonna.
have? I turn back. I am intrigued to say the least, but you were offering a lot of gold. Maybe you can throw something else in the mix and we can say it's a done deal, or
Sure. Can tell you Malachi is doing pretty good because he has chainmail and shield, I believe. Yeah, chainmail and shield. So he's doing pretty okay. AC 4. Balfear is doing the best he can as the thief. He has his leather armor, and that's all that I can speak to. Well, I Libra's a druid. She's restricted as well. Licia,
Muriel,
you're
help
a
me out
druid as
here.
well, correct?
Is any of our
So you're pretty restricted.
teammates
Rayla and
not in an
Muriel are the
ideal
ones who might be able
armor that they
to
should be in, or has
benefit
room
from better armor.
to get
Mir
um
Okay.
I have my leather armor on, but I don't want to make that. I don't want to lose. Okay. What about? Mhm, I'm a magic user thief. Yeah. Yep.
I'll have studded leather, and I think as far as the ranger and whatnot goes, that's the best I can do unless otherwise. Ranger cleric.
if I was gonna say, if Muriel, as a thief, you are a cleric thief. So we play that. Oh, magic user thief. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So yeah, so you're limited as well to the leather. Okay. So I guess that puts
What's
us
your
down to Rayla.
AC?
You're a straight ranger, correct? You're
Armor
not a
class is
multi-class
6.
ranger
Yeah,
cleric.
I
Okay.
bet you can
I
get.
do
Wait,
believe
6 was
that
studded?
ranger is unrestricted on armor. I do believe the cleric is
Yeah.
unrestricted on armor.
So you could
I can double
definitely
check that
use
for you in the player's handbook here
um
momentarily.
if you can afford it, if they can afford it, or if he's willing to part with something tough.
But what would you suggest?
Anything that would up your AC by 1. So you're in studded, so is chainmail
Let's see.
the next step from there?
Cleric and ranger are unrestricted on armor.
Yeah.
I do believe. Let me see. No. After studded leather, there's scale mail. There's a few others. So after studded leather, you'll be looking at ring mail,
So ring mail,
then scale mail,
is weird.
and then chain mail. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, studded leather is better than ring mail. So your next step would be
Okay, so
ring mail and then chain mail.
trench the huh?
I, okay,
Okay.
I lied again. Okay, studded leather or ring mail and shield is
Because that's
AC
what I have.
6. So they're the same as each other. Yeah, so studded and ring mail are the same in terms of armor class, right? There's a weight difference, but in terms of armor class. Then it's scale mail and shield is AC 5. Chain mail and shield is AC 4.
Maybe I'll get some chainmail then, or if something along those lines. So I guess I turn back to the what's his face and ask, do you have any chainmail armor or yeah?
Muriel, in the in-game chat, please, can you make me a wisdom check? Kanan tells you that he doesn't have any armor. That's not his not his wheelhouse. It's not what he works in, not what he trades in.
Okay.
Armor would have to be the Doriana, a couple doors down.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I'm still partial to the gold just because She doesn't have what I need that I
You're
can
right.
buy what I need. Huh?
Oh.
Someone say something?
I
It's your
probably
right
made
to.
a noise.
Okay. I turn back to the shopkeeper and I say, I am partial to the gold,
Mhm.
um, but I appreciate the thought of the health potion. And yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I figured with someone of your profession and making your ways to the caves, you'd be all the more interested in the potion of healing. But nonetheless, I'm sure I can get good money for that because when you come back in a day or two and you're looking for it, I'll get a good price then. All right, Ms. Rayla. And he extends his hand. 600 gold for the chain?
625.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I said. 625.
All right. Give me the gold. I'll give you your chain.
Okay, you shake on 625. He kind of turns around, goes over to his desk there, over there, kind of around to the left from the image that you're seeing, and he comes back with a large pouch. Um,
Is, is he still holding the necklace?
well,
No, I'm
he
holding the
hasn't taken
necklace.
receipt of the necklace. Hasn't taken
I
receipt of the
still have the
necklace.
necklace.
Okay.
Yeah. Why?
And
I want to
and he,
try to steal the necklace after she hands it over. I want to see if I can pickpocket it out of his possession after she gets paid for it.
okay, so let me ask you, Muriel, would you like to try to pickpocket, if you will, where he puts it, um, or you trying to snatch it out of his hand?
No, no, no. I don't want to just snatch it out of his hand. I'm gonna wait for their transaction to end,
Okay.
and then as we're gonna leave, I'm going to awkwardly give him a hug and be like, "It's so nice to have met you, and we'll work together in the future or something." And I'm paying attention right now to see what he does with it when
Okay.
he
Okay, I got you. And
uh
I will let
gets
you know
it.
where it goes, and then you let me know. While
Okay.
we hash out our financial transaction here, why don't you look up your chance of success for pickpockets?
Okay.
Keeping in mind any sort of racial adjustment or dexterity adjustment. Um, Rayla, he presents you with a
Yeah.
sack, a pouch, if you will, and you open it up, and on top of this large pile, you see 5 gold, but below is a stack or pile of platinum pieces.
Can I see how many? Can I see? Can I? Am I able to tell how many platinum there is? And
Uh,
how many gold is? How many platinum gold is one platinum again? I don't have it up
one
here.
platinum is 10 gold.
And
It's a 10 to
And
1.
gold.
10 to 1, yep.
Okay.
So he says it's okay. It's all there, but it's okay to count. I won't be offended.
I'd rather count just to make sure.
Absolutely. He's handed it to you because you have the pouch, you're looking at it, and he extends his other hand for the necklace.
If you can give me just one moment to count, I will be happy to give your necklace after I can confirm the amount is 625.
And you have
Not saying you're dishonest or anything,
and he,
just
and he says,
my own
"Yes, well, I
security.
understand that. You're challenging my integrity, and there are 6 of you and 1 of me.
ooh,
I think it's only fair." And he puts his hand on his hip.
All right, if I can count right here, here you go. Here's the
Yeah,
necklace.
count right here. And
All right, so I give
he
him,
receives that necklace from you, and he kind of begins to examine it all the closer.
and
And
then I start counting
yep,
the
and you count 30. Let me see. Whatever the math, it does come out. Whatever the math is. What was this supposed to be? 325, right? No, 625. So 625 you agreed upon, right?
625,
Yeah. So he gives you 62 platinum and 5 gold.
and that's I don't math, so that's 625
yeah,
Yes.
smart
that's
people.
correct.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I look up and said, "Pleasure doing business with you." we'll be sure to come to you first
Yes,
if we
yes,
find any more interesting things.
yes, you come back for that potion of healing. Yes, and
How
and
much is
and
that
and
potion of
he
healing?
opens his belt pouch and slides in that nice fine necklace, closes it, clasps it shut.
And then I proceed to walk away. I'm not gonna have any part of this scenario. I'm gonna walk away.
That's fine.
Last time she participated, it didn't go well.
No, it did not.
Hey, I gotta grow. I gotta learn somehow.
So I said,
Did
okay,
I gotta teach me.
I'm gonna head back to my room and get my armor and stuff situated.
Oh,
Anyone else want to
so
come, or
Okay,
this is
are
so
y'all good?
great. I'm
um,
so glad to know a traitor.
Alicia, are you following Ms. Rayla, or
Uh,
are you wishing Kanan
Maybe walk
well and
something
parting
off of a
ways?
shelf somewhere. That would be cool.
I I'm going to follow Rayla because I don't want to be a part of this. Libra, on the other hand, is
oh, Libra's
interested
gonna
to
have
see
so much fun with this.
And
yes, so she's
Malachi
just gonna be browsing
and
browsing the wares while keeping an eye out.
Malachi feels as though the transaction is done and follows your lead, Alicia. However, Balfir
Oh God, Balsier.
is in full accord with Muriel as they
He knows what I'm
exchange a
doing.
couple quiet words in their thieves' cant to get
He's
themselves
so
in
gonna knock
order,
some
so to
flour
speak.
off of our shelf.
So,
While they're doing this, can I run to the bathroom real quick?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, now's the time. So, um, the Libra is kind of looking around the shop, and Balfir is trying to act as the distractor, and he's trying to, hey, Kanan, come on over here, show me this. Well, what's this all about? And kind of ask him questions and kind of trying to create that opportunity for you to pick that pocket. So, what is
Nice.
your chance of success on pickpockets?
35.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so roll that D100. This is rather
Oh,
bold.
damn. I know. It's very unlike Eric and Au Naturel. 85.
Oh, oh. Okay. Battlefield's acting as the detractor or distraction, excuse me, right? So as Battlefield kind of leads him over here this way, oh, tell me about this crown. Tell me about the this chalice. You feel like this is a good opportunity to try to unclasp that leather pouch, lift it up, slide a hand in there, and lift that nice chain. And no sooner do you kind of touch his side and unclasp that, he immediately reaches around, grabs your wrist, and spins himself around and kind of pulls you in closer towards him. And with his other hand, he has the dagger out, threatening your life. What the F are you doing?
That's an overreaction for a spider.
"'Tis not a spider, young lady."
Not anymore.
"Whatever do you mean?"
You had a spider on you, dude. I'm not from this area. I'm from the woods. That could have been poisonous.
Spider doesn't unclasp the clasp. No, does it?
No, no, it wouldn't do that. No.
Make a charisma check, please.
8? And I have a 10?
Okay, well that's a positive. That's a success, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to touch your belt. There was a spider there and I'm sorry. I'm from the woods. We look after each other in that way.
Kind of hesitate. He withdraws a little bit, holding your wrist still firmly. Says, "Not sure if I believe you. What is your name? Muriel?"
Muriel, yes. An elf. Not from around here.
Kind of brings that dagger up a little bit. slowly loosens his grip. Says, "Perhaps, Miss Muriel, you need to return to the woods,
Oh, I will.
because I know you won't be coming back to this shop."
Oh, probably not.
Oh, I
There's
know not.
spiders here.
I know not. And he kind of gives Balfour a little nudge on the. She's kind of pushing Balfour out, kind of
Oh,
nudging him out too.
Balfour. Balfour, what'd you do?
And he kind of, trailing behind you guys. Get out of my shop. Get out of my shop, with a dagger in hand.
Well, that guy was grouchy.
I wonder why.
Well, he doesn't deserve to be grouchy. He's got some magical item in his pocket now.
So you tried to pickpocket.
Well, we need it more than he does.
So
It's not serving anybody.
he
in
kind of
this shop.
escorts you, Will, using that term loosely, escorts you out at dagger point, you and Balfour, out of his shop.
Oh.
And as you kind of slowly accept the defeat, feeling a little deflated, making your way, out, you hear him talk to Tiam next door, talking about how his girlfriend's friend tried to steal the necklace.
Oh dear. Oh.
Uh-oh.
And Libra's standing there dumbfounded and tries to quietly walk back and leave unnoticed.
Just be like,
That was my first time trying to pickpocket anyone ever. That was so worth it.
Was it though?
Yes, it was a thrill. Oh my god, my heart was pounding.
She had a decent chance, actually, 35%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a thief. What else am I supposed to do?
She was doing what a thief does. I wonder
It's in my nature.
I wonder what Balfier's chance would have been.
I know, right?
Oh, you're an elf or half elf?
I'm a full elf.
Oh, so is he. So I guess he would have had the same chance you have, because he doesn't have a great dexterity or anything to modify. Okay, so you have a failed.
Oh man, but it would have been great if it worked.
You have a failed attempt at picking pockets of Kanan, of this wonderful jewelry necklace, your own jeweled necklace, a gold necklace, on the assumption that it was worth more than what was quoted, what was traded for, out of concern that it may have even been magical of some sort.
Oh, totally.
But your attempt was thwarted, was unsuccessful, was detected, worse yet, with an 80 rolling twice of what you needed. And he sent you away at knife point. You and Balfour and Libra kind of quietly made herself disappear.
Specifically did not want to be a part of it.
So Licia and Malachi have made their way back to the tavern, to the empty bowl. Rayla has gone off to don her armor. And then we have Libra, who is skipping her way back to the tavern to find her friend Licia. And Muriel and Balfour are hanging their heads low in strong defeat. Fingers crossed that no further consequences or actions come of their failed attempt.
It's a shame. It's a shame. You know, I really think that there's something to that necklace. We should keep that in mind. The, rest of the group wasn't really implicated, so it's not necessarily like we can't access the traitor in the future. And I never would have pulled a stunt like that for the first time with someone I don't know, the tavern keeper, someone we really needed.
I come back after
you say that like you
getting my
didn't have a potion of healing.
Right.
I come back after getting ready. I see Muriel and Alfred's long faces. I'm like, what happened?
Oh, well, he caught me. But
Uh,
yeah, and we're not allowed to go back. Um, but we're alive. So we have that. Um, I am no worse for wear than I was before, so I learned something.
oh, really? And what did you learn?
Well, that the ones with the snaps are harder. And that we
It's
might
like you
require
wanted
a
these.
larger distraction for things with pockets and straps.
It's like you want to be thrown into jails. What is
I
wrong
don't
with
want to be
you?
thrown into jail. I want access to tools that are better than the ones I have, with the hopes of doing good.
Obviously, you're not very good at what you do, or you wouldn't have gotten caught.
No, I'm terrible at it. I just started, really. I'm new to this whole
And
thing.
why? Why? If you're brand new to stealing, pickpocketing, all that stuff, why would you try it on a very expensive j- jeweled, whatever that was, jewel necklace?
Oh, well, I guess that's a valid question. Why start with such a large task? I,
When
I
you're
think we
working on your
can.
skills, you need to start on the lower end, and you work your way up. Come
Hmm.
on, any good thief, any good anyone will tell you that too.
Okay, I'll start small.
And
Are you
where are you going
talking
to
more from
start
experience
exactly?
since you messed up?
Can I
I'm
try to
talking from
pickpocket Rayla
Say it again.
while we're? I would like to try to pickpocket Rayla while we're having this conversation. I just want to see if I can get one of the gold pieces from the
Okay,
top of the stack
so
out.
You
roll
know
that
what? Let me
again. I
try.
I'm gonna I want to say a -10 chance since you are actively involved in a conversation with her face to face
You
as to
got
how
it.
you might pull it off. So I'll drop you down to 25%.
Okay, so roll
Yeah,
the
D100.
D100. Oh my gosh, I got 0, 0, and a 1.
So you rolled a 1.
Holy smokes.
Why didn't you do that 5 minutes ago?
I don't know.
Can I make like a perception check or
All
something?
right,
Or
so
awareness or whatever?
throughout the conversation with
Go for
Rayla,
it.
who is pestering you, badgering you, questioning you on your skills and your tactics, and knowing better than you, the thief, as to when to utilize your skills, you are able to, in that nice new pouch she has of 60 platinum, 62 platinum, 5 gold, you are able to pluck out one of those gold pieces, unbeknownst to her.
I grab it and just kind of say, okay, when I finish saying, all right, I'll try to, set the bar a lot lower and try to just do the easier thieving. And then I'm going to hand her gold back. I think I got it down.
I take the gold, look at it, and like, you see, you're getting better already. And you know what? Take this as a reward for all your minuscule hard work.
Hey, it gets us 1 gold closer to that healing potion.
You know,
Alicia just sighs.
I mean, if you really want to start with challenges, why don't you break into the chapel? Maybe you'll do better than I did.
No,
Well, they do have that orb thing.
no.
I don't know how to use the orb thing. A necklace, you
See,
just
we
wear it.
did try to take it the last time we were there, but it didn't. We couldn't take it. But
Well,
who knows? Maybe there's lots of magic things down there that you can take. I
I
say,
think
trying to
that
take her
orb.
on.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sneeze. I think that orb needs something to control it, perhaps.
Well,
Um,
we tried using some sort of, what was it, a spell? I honestly don't really remember,
No,
DM.
I think it was no, it wasn't Balfear. Picus. Picus.
Like this.
Had an air bladder that he tried to like suck some of that into the air bladder.
what did he suck into
Yeah,
the air bladder?
That
he
glowing
tried to take the
orb
orb.
or light.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. An old party member tried to use an air bladder to contain the to contain it. So
how did he
he failed.
do?
Then he failed, obviously.
Oh, well,
But hell, who knows? Maybe you will be the one to solve this great mystery: how to contain the orb.
maybe I will. I am gonna start thinking on it.
And maybe you
And
can start
I
practicing
don't think
your
that's a good idea.
pickpocketing.
I will.
Well,
I mean,
obviously you
thinking
think
on it
that.
won't hurt anybody. And
But
in the meantime, I
that's
can
fair.
certainly practice in other places.
Yeah, try it on TM or whatever his name is.
Yes, TM. That's perfect.
Maybe we can save our friend from embarrassing wife clothes or something.
Oh, I'll make sure to keep all of the evidence off of him.
Maybe Libra could be a
I,
really good distractor for him.
yeah. Well, you know what they say, practice makes perfect.
Mhm. All right. Did you want to check out any other stores?
I wanted to go to the blacksmith because I do want to buy some better armor. If I
All
can,
right.
I really can have better armor. That'd be great.
Let's go to this blacksmith. I haven't yet pissed off that guy.
Can you please not piss off the blacksmith? We need the blacksmith. They are actually someone we actually need.
All right,
Okay,
so
see, that's an important thing to say. Yeah, absolutely. Well communicated.
Balfear and Rayla and Jern. So over here at the armor is Ms. Doriana. And you've been to the armor here a couple times, but have not yet had any interactions with her, as her assistant has always been the one to meet and greet you and assist you. However, this time, the assistant, is not present. And Ms. Doriana, her forge is extinguished, is not burning, and she's just kind of sitting there on the edge of the stonework of the forge. And as you guys walk in, she kind of looks up and welcome, says hello.
I walk over and say hi. I need to buy some armor if you have if you're able to help with that.
That I can. What is it that you're looking for?
What is it that I'm looking for? Was it chainmail, right? Or someone? Because I don't remember.
Scale?
No, it wasn't. It was chainmail. I
It
think,
was.
right?
Yes, it
DM?
was chain or ring mail. Ring mail.
Ring? No, I thought ring mail. It was chainmail.
It was one of the,
I walk over because apparently studded leather is better than ring mail for whatever.
or
But
they're the
yeah,
same or something.
Yeah, well,
no, yeah,
they
everything
were
was
the
the
same, but
same.
it came down to weight and bulkiness. Yeah.
Anyway, I walk over. I would like to purchase some chainmail armor, please.
Hmm. She kind of looks you up and down, kind of sizes you up. And what is it you're going to do with that armor that you have?
I might keep it as backup, or I can sell it, or donate it. I don't really care.
Hmm. Oh, donate. Okay. Donating's always good. Um, but how soon do you need this armor, this chainmail that you are interested in?
As soon as possible.
Hmm.
I'm heading back out to the Caves of Chaos.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. So as soon as possible. You understand the time it takes to construct a suit of chainmail.
I respectfully don't understand, but I can imagine. When is a appropriate time to be able to pick something up?
Well, a suit of chainmail that you are inquiring about would typically take between 1 and 3 months to fabricate from scratch.
Wow.
But
It's a lot of work.
yes, it is a lot of work. But that's not to say I don't have any. But it will take a couple days for me to fit it for you.
Couple
Um,
days.
a couple days,
Okay.
yes. Um, but I can definitely work on that. And she kind of hops up, to her feet off her seated position there on the edge of the hearth or forge. Just
Okay.
kind of takes a few steps over to you. And how tall are you, Rayla?
I am 5'2".
5'2". So
Oh, I figured you would say
she's a
taller.
little shorter than you as a female dwarf. But she kind of
I
reaches up and kind of feels your shoulders there a little bit and kind of down your side, feeling around your hips, kind of down. She kind of like, in essence, she's checking you out, right? She's trying to size you up as to what size it is that she needs. And then she actually starts counting. She starts, spreading her fingers out. She's 1, 2, 3. She starts counting your shoulders and your hips and the length of your legs and so on. She says, "All right, I think I can do that for you, but I do need 2 days and 50 gold pieces now and 50 gold pieces later."
can do that. 50 gold now, 50 later.
She said, "All right, then so be it. 50 gold it is, or 10 platinum. That works as well."
Um, yeah. I reach out and give her um 50 gold pieces, or yeah,
It's equivalent.
Okay,
whatever's equal. Yeah.
I have 50 gold. Yeah, I mean you do the math on your sheet, not that critical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and she accepts your 50 gold
Okay.
payment and tells you to come back to her in a couple
Yeah.
days.
And I ask, are you able to take donations of old armor? Because I will be happily give my leather armor or studded armor to you if so I can have more space.
You might be able to
Well,
trade it for a reduction
yeah,
in cost.
yeah. Well, if you're offering that, I mean, it doesn't have a. I can't do a lot with that, but I can make some utilization of that. Maybe when you come back, I'll take a little less than the 50 from you.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you very much. I appreciate all your
Yes,
hard work.
yes, 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 yes. And you come back and you see Doriana, and she'll get you taken care of. As she
Of
speaks
course,
of
nobody
herself in
else.
the first person.
Nobody else but Doriana, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
What else do we see around the blacksmith shop?
I swear, if you try and pickpocket or steal something,
I just want to see what's here. I'm looking.
I'm gonna fight you. I will fight you.
Don't.
I just want to see what's here.
It's
All right.
possible, Rayla, that she's just interested in the Dungeon Alchemist.
Also,
Okay, so to that point, every single item in here, I play.
that's
So, it does seem to be pretty decent construction you have there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's done some good leather opening. I'll tell you what.
Oh, I'm sure it has. Make lightweight of even decent leather.
Could does it look like it needs a tune-up per se? I have been using it quite a bit.
Well, if you want me to put a finer edge on that, I'm more than happy to do that for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Absolutely. And you guys have already worked this out, the deal with them. I do believe that you pay for your lodging, couple of meals, takes care of your clothes, and takes care of your armor and weapon maintenance. So
Cool.
yeah, so you're good in that regard. So she she takes that from you, and she kind of spins herself around here to the wheel over here in the corner, and she starts pours a little bit of water on it. It's just kind of, and it takes about 5-10 minutes to kind of sharpen that up a little better than what it was for you.
Nice. Thank you so
But
much.
she presents that back to you.
See, I didn't steal anything, y'all.
Yeah, well, why don't you just mention that in front of the shopkeeper, the blacksmith?
I
Great
mean,
way to promote yourself. I love it.
by saying I didn't steal, that's a good thing, right?
Uh, but it also
You had
makes
a
you guilty in the
50% chance
fact.
of doing so.
Oh. Oh, I don't know if
This
it's
is
quite as
only the
high as that.
second shop. No, it was out of 2 shops, you only stole from 1.
That- well, I didn't exactly steal from the first one.
Do that cop
That,
can
that
Attempt.
would
do so.
imply successful thievery, and I did not do that.
Look, is there anywhere else we need to go before we want to head back out? Or if we even want to head out today? It's up to you guys.
I think time is of the essence, since the longer we wait, the more opportunities this sorcerer is going to have.
I agree.
I
Surprisingly.
think I'm certainly feeling feisty and ready to knock a few blocks off.
Okay. What about you, Lucia? Are you all set? Do you need anything?
I'm good.
Why?
And Liba is as well.
What about our pals Balfour and who's the other one?
Balfour and Malachi.
Malachi,
Malachi. God, I just can't with memory. I'm so sorry.
especially Balfour. You were pissed at him like 2 seconds ago.
I said Balfour, okay? So chill.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Alright, so it appears as though Dungeon Alchemist is frozen, so I'm trying to shut that down. There we go.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it's frozen. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Alright, so after the ladies finish up with Doriana, the female dwarven blacksmith, you make your way back over here to the tavern, because that's kind of what you do, right? And you find yourself Alicia, Malachi, and Ray on your way to turn.
So where do I go for that again?
Is anyone else in need of rations?
Oh yeah, I could use them.
I I thought I had some, but apparently I don't.
So many things.
That's
Real-
that freaky.
That's
Go
so
ahead.
nice of you.
I know. I try, and then I can
Oh
practice
my gosh.
beating people up.
You're like the most supportive friend I've ever had.
Oh, that's so kind.
Let me. No one
How
else has
many
ever been
friends have
supportive.
you had?
Wait a minute. All right, so Erica, I'll share this with you, but Muriel, what? Shit. Okay. All right, so, oh, okay, what I was trying to say was Erica, Muriel doesn't know this, but early on in the campaign, Balfir and Picus proceeded to steal 50 feet of rope from Tiam, and they failed their roll by like 2 points or something. But
Oh dear.
Tiam
Okay.
did and said nothing. So as far as they know, all
Oh.
is good.
Okay. That's
So
good to
if
know.
nothing else, that's a little reminder for Rayla because she was present at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are here
Always
with
seems to be
you
present.
you guys are here with Tiam with all kinds of little knickknacks, small little things
Mm-hmm.
here and there that can easily fit in a pouch or a backpack. There are three large kegs that are tapped, if you will, a little hand pump, right? Um,
Can you guys see the map?
oh no, you can't. No, you can't. Hang on. That's because I got kicked off of whatchamacallit. Let me put that back up.
Okay, just make sure I'm not the only one.
And
I am loaded.
there you go. Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Can you see it now?
We lost him again. Well, you want to know how loaded I am? I just tallied up all my gold and all that fun stuff.
How loaded are you?
146 silver, 452 gold, 49 electrum, 186 copper, almost a cotton, copper, and 62 plat.
Ah, shit, you guys. All right, can you guys see the map? Can you hear me? Okay.
Okay, there we go.
All right, let's see this.
Now I do see all the knickknacks and
Please
the
don't.
small
Please
items.
don't. You can rob me. It's okay. Just don't further
Okay, so
strain our relationship.
at the tavern here, or not the tavern, excuse me, the provisioner Tiam. He's got
Yep.
some little spikes here, some backpacks,
Oh,
the kegs that are tapped or have their little barrel pumps on them, plenty of rope to go around.
I have been given one of the sweet.
Lays them on Libra and catches her presence. He's pleased to see that she's there.
Libra starts twirling her hair.
Ah.
Just like,
Oh, my darling, you've returned.
I
So,
have. I've just been thinking about you since last night.
Oh my
Oh
god.
God.
so however did your dinner go last night?
Oh, it went well. Speaking of dinner, we are
Oh yes
trying to
yes
look for
tonight
rations.
dinner tonight. Speaking of dinner,
Oh, unfortunately, we're going to be heading out
oh
into the caves.
that's unfortunate.
I nudge Libra. Hey, why don't you ask him to join us?
Yeah, we would love to have a provisioner on the trail.
What, me go with
Please.
you? Sounds really kind of dangerous though, but are you going to stay the night and sleep? Really? How does that work out? Well, I know that, but really, it does sound tempting. It does. It does sound tempting. And Libra, you're going with them, correct? Oh. Yes, I do remember. Providing a healing kit for her. Yes, you're right, Ms. Rayla. And you said that how many nights will you be sleeping out there together so close?
Thea's eyes widen. Sure, you would do a great job.
Yes. You lay on the ground. And do you have any more of those healing kits?
Well, like,
kids?
Oh
Uh,
gosh, it could be a few days, could be a week. We don't know.
Does your
We
shop
need our
need help?
healer.
oh, I couldn't leave my party without a healer.
I'm sorry, how many
That's
nights are you
true.
staying?
No,
Oh no,
I
I
am a
I can't leave
magic
the shop that long.
stunted
Perhaps.
noob.
Oh, but you do. Is not
Get
Ms.
better.
Muriel of the healing type?
I am a ranger. I don't. I have one minuscule little healing spell that
Oh.
will not come.
Perhaps it's you, Miss Rayla. I thought one of you.
See, if you were out in the wilderness
There it
facing
is.
life or
See?
death,
See?
do you want a healer
See,
that
Rayla's a
can
healer.
only heal you a
Libra can stay
fraction of the way?
behind. Oh, she's an all the way kind of gal. I definitely would want that.
Or do you want a healer that can heal you almost all the way? I'm the fraction of the way. She's all the way. We need her. My bad.
Oh, so good.
Rayla tries not to drop down, laughing, crying. Yeah, she's definitely all the way one.
She definitely is. Yeah, of the options.
But before we continue this fun banter of who stays, who goes, I need some rations, please.
Yes, yes. You're looking for some.
Licia pipes in. Me.
Me three.
Okay, so yes. For your hard adventure that lies ahead of you, absolutely. I want to make sure that all of you are well fed. Are you well rested?
Yes, very.
Yes,
Excellent,
very.
excellent. And are your skins empty?
We
Yeah,
should probably top
actually,
them
now
off.
that yeah, absolutely.
And how much food is it that you think you need? I know it's only a day or two because Libra won't leave me that long.
I I like to be prepared, so if I could get a week's worth, I would deeply appreciate that.
I can probably accommodate, but I know you're not going to be gone that long.
That's why you couldn't come, is because we're likely going to be gone that long.
Ah, yes. I
Yeah.
understand.
Okay. So, and how much does everyone else need?
About the
Uh,
same.
I would assume the same, right? You're all going to
How
stay
about
together.
Yeah, the same.
Does
week's worth for all of us?
does Libra need any?
Libra should be
Because
good.
Battlefield and
She,
Malachi do not.
granted, she has 3 weeks of
3 weeks.
rations,
Wow.
according to
Wow.
this.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I mean that's what we're working with. That's what we know. So, even if she's used some of it, because I know she has, she's like given some away to entice. So even if she had
Yeah.
Oh,
two
true.
weeks worth, right? You still got plenty. Well, we don't know that, but I would imagine 2 weeks would be more than enough, especially since you guys are only asking for one a week. So, he tells you that he does have ample supply of rations for everyone. So it sounds like 1, 2, 3 weeks worth is what you all need collectively, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Yep.
Why is this not opening up? Alright, I'm going to shut down Dungeon Alchemist because it's sucking down my resources here that I seem to need right now. Yes, quit. Alright, so that'll take a second. To the point where like it won't let me open up Adobe to look at there we go.
No, sometimes Discord is a junkie for
Usually
RAM.
it doesn't do.
Memory.
Well, I was going to say not Discord. Dungeon Alchemist sucks down a lot, and it'll suck down as
Oh.
much as you let it, really. So, all right. So rations. Let's talk about rations. So, to fill your wine or water skin, it's 1 gold each.
Make that
Okay.
happen.
Okay. For a week's worth of rations, you're looking at 5 gold each.
Okay.
So 6 gold total. And do keep in
I want.
mind, a wineskin slash waterskin will not last a week. So think of that.
Right.
It's going to kick me out again, I think. Um, think of that as like a canteen, right? So it's only going to hold a
Mhm.
quart, couple quarts. Even if it holds a gallon, right? It's not going to last a week.
Yeah.
Have
Okay.
purified water as Licia. So
Okay. So you're pretty much okay then.
All right.
Well, yeah, provided you find food or water for her to purify, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take the so for 5 golds 1 week of rations, I'll do that, and then I will get one water skin or 2 water skins filled for
Okay.
water.
So that's going to
So
obviously
that's
put
2 golds, so
so that's going to
7.
put you at 7, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right, so ladies,
Oh,
just make your adjustments there on your character sheets, on your inventory for your food and drink and your monies. I'm just looking real quick. Does anyone need? I'm looking at Balfour and Malachi. Does anyone need anything else? Rope, oil, candles,
oh,
torches.
I want to grab some more oil because I used up my oil during the last fire stuff.
So flasks of oil um, are 2 gold each.
Okay, I'm gonna get 2 flasks of oil. 2 flasks. That's two. That's 4 gold. Another 4 gold. 40. Okay. I should be good on rope. I should be good on everything else. Alright, I'm happy with what I have. Yay.
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
Yeah,
with
I'm
what
looking at
I-
these two guys over here, and I think they're okay too.
What about? Is there a grapple?
A
Like
grappling
a
hook.
Is that in there?
I don't believe it's actually in the play as handbook. I think that they didn't really introduce that till maybe second edition or like
Okay.
Unearth Arcana or something.
Okay. I think about it because as a thief, I have
Yes,
spider climb though. I have spider climb, so don't need a grapple.
and you can climb walls even without a grappling hook. So, well,
Mm-hmm.
assuming there's a wall to climb, right? If you're just trying to make your way up a tree or
Right.
something else, that might be different. But
Caves of Chaos is probably and suggests there might be walls. I'm
so,
so excited for the caves. Because I've only played with what we did one dive so far
all
into
right.
the
Well,
cave.
but
So
to that point, we're almost running out of time, so we're probably not going to really make it to the caves
but that's
tonight.
okay.
So,
It just lets the suspension. Lets the
the suspense.
suspension.
All right. So, does anyone else need anything here with Tiam?
I have rope still. I have my bedroll. I would grab like an extra blanket if I could, if you've got one. Anything to make the night in the caves more comfortable.
Oh, he says I'm. Oh, he says I'm right here, Ms. Muriel. I keep telling you that.
Huh?
He said I can make the nights
Oh
warmer.
my gosh! Wow, I'm so slow. Well, yes. You said you couldn't be on loan for quite the allotted time that we require. So maybe for this venture, something of wool.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
kind of warm. Hmm.
yeah.
Let me take a
Not,
look at.
not that I'm sure you don't produce plenty of heat.
Oh, that I
Oh
can.
god.
So, but let me look around, and he starts kind of going through some of his boxes and his crates, trying to find a blanket or two for you. And he breaks out a average to smaller size wool blanket for 5 silver.
I'll take it. Thank you. That's better
And
than it.
how tall are you, Muriel?
I'm 4'6".
Oh, it will cover you. Yeah.
Yay!
So
Benefits.
you have a Muriel size blanket.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm ready for adventure. I've got my blanket. We can
And
go.
Lisa, you're good on everything else?
Yeah, I only have one water skin to fill up, so would that be 6 gold instead of the 7 gold that
Eh,
you quoted?
well, yeah, right, because it was 5 for food, one for drink,
Oh,
unless you wanted a second skin. Do you want to
did
do
you say
that?
with the second skin it's 7?
No, no, well, yeah, because it was in essence 1 for drink, 5 for food. So if you do a week
Okay,
of
I'm
food
gonna do the
and 2
same.
drink, that's 7.
I'm gonna do the same. I'll buy a second water skin and
I
fill
think
both.
Yeah. I think that's
okay,
smart.
then I'll do 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some.
And he dispenses or he fills your skins from those barrels, those hand pumps that he has there.
Okay.
Okay.
Holy smokes, Rayla, you're loaded.
She is
Like,
loaded.
we have to You can't bring all of that into the caves.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to visit the banker last
Perfect.
session, remember? I was gonna
Yeah,
open an
yeah, no.
account.
That does sound a little familiar.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
do that. You could lose a lot
Oh,
of money.
Yep.
yeah. Because currently, after adding everything up and stuff just now, 146 silver, 441 gold, 49 electrum, 189.86 copper, and 62 platinum.
Okay, so I want to give you a sense on that. Go a little slow, but just I don't need to know what kind of coin, but just tell me what's the quantity of each denomination.
Okay. What?
How many platinum do you have?
62.
How many gold?
441.
How many silver?
140. Sorry, 36. 136.
And how many copper?
186.
And kind of the oddball, how many electrum?
Electrum 49.
Okay, so that means you have approximately 35 pounds worth of coins.
That's so
Yeah.
heavy.
Like I said,
And
I wanted to visit the baker.
Man,
you were very
if only you still had that necklace. It weighed a lot less than that.
Oh, right? So much easier. Yet, I know where that necklace is.
Don't you freaking dare. You already tried, alright? You need to get more experience before you can pickpocket something like that.
But
I
Balfour
said
didn't
I
try.
would.
You want
I
to kind of,
agreed. Practice on the hobgoblins. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Balfour didn't try. I'm just
Balfour
saying.
did not try.
Okay, so to the banker.
Althea also didn't try to
Yes,
save us.
please.
Well, I mean, he never like
Yes,
abandoned anyone. You know, he's just.
Yeah, he did. He ran past our bodies.
I don't remember that.
to get
Okay.
help. To
Really?
get help.
Oh, well, he was going to get
Yes,
help
to get
then. That's
help.
right. He was going to get
Oh
help.
my
He knew he
gosh.
was in over his head. He had to
So
go
he
get help.
said run. He said run. I remember this.
Okay.
I'm still salty about this.
All right. So the banker. I'm not sure. I think you guys have met the banker before, or at least some of you have. I think Rayla
I
has.
have, yeah.
So the banker.
Because
Um.
we tried to rob him before. Remember?
Oh, I don't remember
We were looking for
that.
traps.
Who
Oh yeah,
haven't you robbed?
it wasn't me. It was Balfour and Malachi and I think Ficus. They were looking for traps to see and trying to scout out any like remember the globe that they were trying to find if there's any hidden
Yes, yes,
stuff or
yes. I do
whatever.
have some recollection of that. That would not have been Malachi though, the lawful good paladin. But yes, I have some
It was
recollection of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ficus and Balfour.
Okay, so I'm not going to take the time here to try to load up that map, but at the banker, it's very. What's what I'm looking for? It's very ritzy. It's very affluent. His appointments in his office, his business. There are very valuable things in there. Yes, Ms. Muriel, very valuable and very obvious, like bars of gold, golden crowns, but it is guarded. There is a guard outside the door. There's a guard or two inside the establishment. So it is heavily guarded. Next time I will show you what that business looks like, because I do have that fleshed out as well. Um,
I love
yes.
your office.
So
Right.
to open an account, he is more than happy to hold your money for you. But there is a fee for that because it is dangerous to hold quantities of money and it needs to be stored safely and guarded. So there are expenses involved, unlike our banks
Of
today where
course.
they pay you to give them the money. So it's not quite the same here. So he's more than happy to open an account for you, as your friend once did. Your friend, not Picus, the other guy.
Malachi?
No, the other
Miss
guy.
Malachi,
No,
wasn't it?
the other guy who left us.
Oh,
Um, he was the thief who tried to break in with you.
it was.
I can't think of the character name. But either way, he makes reference to him that he had opened an account, and invites you to do the same. And he tells you that it is either 1 silver per month or 1% per month, whichever is greater,
Okay.
to hold and safeguard your monies.
Cool.
So looking at your funds,
Yeah.
how much are you would like to deposit with him?
I want to deposit. I want to deposit 120 silver. I want to deposit silver. 400 gold.
Okay.
I want to deposit 40 electrum.
Okay.
I want to deposit 156 copper.
Okay.
And I want to deposit 60 platinum.
Okay. I see Lisi has taken notes as the official note taker that she is. I have noted that as well. I'll make sure I put that in my notes
And of course, I've noted as well
because
for keeping my money.
that is not something you want to lose track of.
No.
Okay. So ladies, we are at time because it is dinner time there at Erica's household. So it is
So
time.
exciting.
So we had a second consecutive session here at the Keep, and I think everyone is. The players are definitely ready. The characters are itching to make their way back to the caves. You guys are geared up. You're healed up. Nearly everyone's 100%. Those who are not, aren't missing 100% by very much. Rayla's only down 1 point. Malachi's down 1 point. That's it. Everyone else is maxed out. All your spells you have, and everyone is essentially good to go. So I want to stop the recording here in just a second, so don't leave me yet. But we'll pick up here in 2 weeks' time, whatever the calendar says that is. I don't have it in front of me. 2 weeks, same time, same place. And we will play again and record again and then upload that to YouTube.
Yeah.
Awesome.